Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast, proudly presented by Little Caesars. Code 1099, 1099 bundle, classic pepperoni or cheese pizza, crazy bread, and 2-liter soda, or code LCFREECC, free crazy combo with any pizza purchase. Okay, now with Ben One White, I am merely Mike Luke. We have got a lot to get to today. We've already got super snaps coming in. John Taylor, 199. I better hear a Sean Connery rock of all time. You will, certainly, my friend. All right, let's talk about this, though. This was a massive win for the University of Arizona. My voice is this was just an absolutely massive win for the University of Arizona. Ben, let's talk about it. Florida is a very good basketball team. I don't think there's any doubt about this. Arizona also had the best player on the court. Koa Peat was a man amongst boys out there. I had a number of people. Telling me that wondering how good Koa Peat was going to be. There is nothing to wonder about how good Koa Peat's going to be. He is a monster, and he was the best player on the court.
Yeah, show me a freshman that's better than him at this point. I mean, he looks the part. First freshman in U of A history to put up the kind of numbers that he did today.
Yeah.
Arizona was battle tested, right? We knew it was not going to be an easy game. It was going to go back and forth. There was a point there in the first half where Arizona was down by double digits, turning the ball over. Defensive rebounding was a problem. Defending the three was a problem, but you give the ball to Koa Peat, you tighten up some things, you force some turnovers. Arizona was able to get back in this game and just a lot of back and forth. And I mean, this shows you why this is one of the most talented rosters in all of college basketball. A crazy game here in Vegas, crazy atmosphere. And while it's certainly not perfect, and we'll break down all of it, a lot to be happy about if you're an Arizona fan.
Okay, we got a $49.99 super snap from our guy Tony, Bridgenet Communications. Whoa, Koa, very, very cool. That was awesome.
Yeah.
The thing that I like about Koa is, Meisner, a $50 super snap. I know this is only like one drink in Vegas, but let's freaking go. Very much appreciate you, Meisner. All right. Ben, the thing about this team, though, that we talked about before the season, and Tommy basically said this, that he thought that this was going to be his, this had a chance to be his best team.
Yep.
And I think what you saw was a team out there that everybody kind of fit in. And what I like about this team is that the margin for error is very large, because we're going to talk about it. You had a number of players on this team that did not play well at all.
Yeah.
But Jaden Bradley and Koa Peat were the two best players on the court for everybody, for either team out there. And we'll talk about obviously Jaden here in a few minutes, but Koa Peat was Koa Peat was obviously a monster. You saw why he's going to be a one and done. And what I was telling people, and again, I'm wrong on a lot of stuff, but when I was telling people, I said, Koa's not your normal freshman. When you see a normal freshman, you see somebody that's going to go through growing pains, somebody that's there's going to be ebbs and flows. He's just a monster. And this is not what a normal freshman looks like.
Yeah. I mean, he got to the rim at will. I mean, he looked physically like the biggest guy out there. I mean, he just dominated in every facet of the game. And, this Arizona team is probably going to go as far as this guy takes them this year. I mean, he's clearly far and away their best player. And, the Burries of the world and some of these other young freshmen didn't have a great game, but he was as steady as he could be. And, it's just where you want to be at this point in the season, right? First game of the season. Let's get right into it. Arizona finds a way to win. You talked about margin of error. I don't think last year's team was able to come back, down 12, 14 points, whatever they were in that situation, right? There's so many different ways when everybody's hitting that this Arizona team can score. Luckily today you had Koa Peat, right? And that's kind of what got you back in the game. They tightened some things up down low, but great win overall. And, you got to be happy, man. I mean, I'm just so glad college basketball is back, and it's going to be a bumpy ride for better or worse. It's going to be a fun ride, man.
All right, so let's talk about the other guy there, Jaden Bradley. We've been talking about this from day one, that it's just so nice to have somebody in there that has been there before. Jerry Reyes, 1999 super stab, and Koa we trust. Unreal Wildcat energy here at T-Mobile. Yes, sir.
Yep.
But with Jaden, though, there is just something. We were sitting next to Torres during the game, and there is just something that is very reassuring about Jaden on the court.
Yep.
And Jaden getting to the basket, being able to finish in the manner in which he has been, that's something that we haven't had in the Tommy Lloyd era, to be honest with you. I mean, Kerr couldn't do it. Kylan couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Jaden Bradley is that dude. And he was the one when Arizona needed to close this thing out. When Arizona needed to be able to get there and say, all right, we're putting this thing away. That's exactly what he did.
Yeah. I mean, he's steady, and he had a very, very efficient 27 points. I mean, again, this offense goes through him. He forced some steals. Granted, he did get fouled quite a bit or get into foul trouble a little bit, but he was able to stay out there, and it goes to show you how steady it is having a point guard, a veteran point guard like him around. And, Arizona is going to be in a lot of games because of somebody like him. And he certainly kept them in the game today.
Yeah, he kept him in the game. And when he gets to the line, he makes his free throws. He's always under control. And I think what you're going to have, too, is you're going to find somebody that's also going to be able to make some big shots here. And Nados Wani Swam basically says he was having Clemson flashbacks. I mean, I mean, and that is kind of what it felt like, where it's, get out of my way. I'm going to score this, and he's going to keep pushing the ball. All right, we're going to get into all the Krivas stuff. Don't worry. Don't worry. Some of you guys are I'm going to let you claim your victory on this one, but we're going to focus on the positive right now. The other positive as well is Yvonne is a monster. Again, when you watched Yvonne, there were a couple shots that started out and you watched him and you're like, okay, those are shots that he's probably going to make eventually. He ended up making those. He's another guy that is a very, very calming influence on the team. Yeah, he like I said, he's a monster.
Yeah, I mean, and he kept them in positions where, defensively things kind of got away from him. He would get in the middle, try to block some shots, and he's not the biggest guy, but, certainly he's going to give you both on both sides of the floor. Did take a little kick, though, to the groin area there to the first half. Yeah, but power to him coming back up. But no, I mean, there's a reason Tommy Lloyd has talked so highly about him. There's a reason you saw what you did in those first two exhibition games, and he's so young. He can only get better at this point.
Well, that's why I also thought, too, that it was a little odd. It was a little odd to me as well that he, how do I put this? It was a little odd to me as well that he didn't, the people were basically talking about Carter. And again, nobody wants to lose somebody like Carter Bryant. I get all that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was a little odd to me that people weren't trusting the staff to a certain degree, because they've certainly shown that they can do that. And Yvonne is not another guy, we joke about it and stuff, but he comes in there and he's another guy. He is built to play right now. He's 6'8", 220 pounds. He is built to go, and he had a nice three. He got some really good rebounds when he's going, he's really, really strong. And I think at the same time, that's just another guy. They just hit the ball out of the park. And as much as I like ADO, I know all that, Dwayne, this and that, Yvonne is the best small forward on the team. We are good.
And it's not even close, right? I mean, ADO had his spots, right? He came in and made some shots, 8 points, respectable. Didn't get too burned on the defensive end, but yeah, to your point, Yvonne's going to be that guy. He is the starter. He's going to be as steady as possible. And, it goes to show you this roster, right? If one thing's not hitting, you have a number of different guys who can do different things out there. Braden Burries, which we're going to get to, looked like a freshman, did not have a good game at all, but it certainly wasn't very impactful because Arizona was still able to win the game. Obviously, Bradley did what he did. Pete did what he did, but all these guys bring such different skill sets, and there are going to be some growing pains, and we saw it today, but it's meshing all very nicely, especially game one.
It's meshing incredibly nicely. Now let's talk about Florida. I don't believe, and we talked about this before, I don't believe the Florida is the third best team in the country, but they're clearly a very good team. The end of the season, this is going to be a team that is going to be feels like probably a top 10 to 12 team. They don't feel like the top 3 or 4 team in the country.
2 seed in the tournament,
something like that. I will say that I think that you watch this squad though, and this is a team that, this team can go mano a mano with anybody, and they have a margin for error that they didn't really have last year, Ben One White.
Yeah, they do. I mean, and like we just talked about, right? A number of different guys can just do all kinds of different things out there. And you had 4 guys in foul trouble, right? You had Bradley, Burries, Pete, and Awaka. And despite those hectic moments, you were still able to find a way to kind of mix and match your lineup. You have different guys you can go to. And that's going to be huge because Arizona did struggle at times last year with foul trouble, especially on the defensive end when things aren't really going your way. And you kind of just scratch your head and think, all right, who's left to put in there? But you check all the boxes, right? We didn't see Evan Nelson, but you got the backup point guard. You've got the depth down low. Krivas has his challenges, but at the same time, I don't think he played all that bad considering what we're expecting from him. Could have been better. Obviously, I would have liked to see more points, but almost 10 rebounds. So we'll give you that. But no, I mean, this roster is constructed very, very good. And there's a reason why we keep talking about how this is Tommy Lloyd's best team on paper. Is it going to be his best team record wise? Time to be determined. But when it comes to the roster construction, you're being picky at this point if you're saying that it's not good.
Yeah,
right.
At that point, you're just looking for something to argue about. But all right, again, we can talk about Krivas, but the fact that people are focused on Krivas right now after we just beat the third-ranked team in the country is let's chill here a little bit. All right, TJ Wilmore, the great TJ Wilmore, $4.99 super snap. Tobey didn't outplay Krivas tonight, and Krivas is a better rim protector. He blocked some shots and rebounded just as well as Awaka. Neither one of them played well. So when I see somebody that's saying that, the Tobey was great out there, I didn't really see any of that as well. So now let's talk about some things that I don't really worry about. Now, Tom Smallwood, $10 super snap. Love you, boys. Appreciate the content as usual. What a start to the season. BTFD, very much appreciate Tom Smallwood, the man. Okay, so Braden Burries, I am not really that worried about Braden Burries.
It's game one.
And here a guy made a pretty good point too about Braden Burries. He said, when you watch Braden Burries, you got to remember too, he was in high school last year and he's like a year and a half older than everybody else.
Sure.
He's used to going against younger players. What I will say about him is that he is not explosive athletically.
Sure.
But I do think that he is going to be somebody that is going to be fine. I don't really worry about that, but at the same time, I think he's going to be fine.
Yeah, and I think obviously with a game like this, I mean, it's a first tough opponent to go against. I mean, it looked like it was a little too fast for him, if I'm being honest. I mean, he got caught in some rotations on the defensive end. Granted, we're not expecting him to be this like lights out defender or anything, but it just seemed like it was hard for him to kind of pick his spot on the court. He struggled. But again, game one, not too worried. Definitely not what you want to see. But at the same time, the sky certainly isn't following. And, this is a very young basketball player. This is a freshman playing one of the best teams in the country, game one. So you kind of get the benefit of the doubt there.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So, all right. Now, Torres is asking where we are. I don't know. I'll tell Torres that one of us will try to come get him here in a little bit. Okay. Now, let's talk about that. All right. So Braden Burries, like I said, I think that Braden Burries is going to be just fine. Do you have Torres's phone number? Yeah. Go ahead and message him. Okay. Braden Bradley, Jaden Bradley. Everybody, I think, understands at this point now how good Koa Peat is. But Jaden Bradley, I look around college basketball. How many freshmen are clearly better than Jaden Bradley? I mean, point guards. How many point guards are clearly better than Jaden Bradley? And I can't really think of that many. There's probably a couple for sure, but this guy is an absolute monster. He's a stud. And that's the best part about it. I think, let's see. Warden Exxon says, my front pipe is happy after tonight. We got to talk with the great Danny Foster today and a little bit earlier. And we were talking about that. Yes. Now, 199. Torres repping all night. Yes, he was. Okay, so let's talk about the front court. Let's talk about the front court here a little bit. Listen, I don't want to really dwell on the negatives here because it is what it is.
Right.
Mo struggled. I guess my bigger concern, I guess, with Mo is not necessarily defensively.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be okay there. He had some nice block shots, but I will say, basically just flipping it up each time when you're about 2 feet from the basket and hoping it goes in. That's not going to work. That's just not going to work.
Yeah.
He's got to be better than that.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank.
Yeah. I know we've talked about all the issues, right? I mean, in terms of the speed, he does look a step slow out there, but especially when you got the size advantage. And quite frankly, there were a couple of possessions where there really wasn't anybody near the basket. Yeah. You got to finish that stuff, man. You got to go up, right? And it's just little stuff like that where a game like this, every single possession matters. Right. And when you're giving up easy buckets, right? You give up 2, 4, 6, 8, it all adds up. And then all of a sudden, tie game, Florida takes the lead, whatever the case may be. Again, he wasn't awful, but there's a lot left to be desired. And I think we're kind of at a point where Mike, where he is what he is, right? Yeah. I mean, you hope that you get the double-digit rebounds or at least close to it, which you did get today. But, he could easily be averaging 13 and 10. But the problem is we keep coming back to all those other things.
And see that, but that's where I'm also kind of fine with it as well, though. I know a lot of people are going to beat him up, but he also was a presence defensively at times. He blocked some shots.
Yep.
I get all that. There are some things also that, obviously he struggled with, but Florida is also one of the biggest teams in the country. So,
sure.
I think you got to kind of basically look at that. All right. We've got, okay. Where's the podcast? What a game. Oh, Danny Foster messaging me. Okay. Yeah, Danny Foster, the man. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about then where this team is. I believe this is a top 8 team in the country. Now, where exactly are they in the top 8? I don't know exactly, but they are somewhere in there. And I think that you can easily make the case that they're about as good as anybody is in the country. And I thought this before the season as well, that when you watch this team, when you see the kind of players that they have out there, this is a team where, I don't know that they don't match up well with anybody. Last year, there were teams that Arizona didn't match up with. If you played a team that shot 3-pointers, well, probably not going to
win that game.
Yeah, because we're not going to
sure.
Yeah, we're not going to get that. But, you watch this team now, and I think they match up pretty well with about anybody.
Yeah, they do. And I think really when it comes to this team, are they going to beat themselves, right? Because if they don't beat themselves, they're going to be in any game, right? Regardless of whatever team you're facing in the country. I would say in terms of talent, especially young talent, freshmen, show me a team in the country that's, kind of stacking up to Arizona or better. There are going to be teams out there, but you can certainly make the argument that Arizona's, 1, 2, 3 right there. So again, right, it's just a really good constructed roster, and it's going to have its challenges. But like you say, right, in the grand scheme of things, when you play a game like this, you beat Florida, the team they are, it's a good issue to have, right? We're not talking about just mind-blowing things like we have the last couple of years. Granted, there were stretches where Arizona wasn't defending the 3 very well. They weren't rebounding, but it was nice to see Lloyd call timeouts and kind of help dictate the tempo of that game, and that went away very quickly.
All right, now there was something on there that said there was somebody on there that made a very good point. And no, our live record, we had like 5 straight shows where we had somewhere in about the 900s. We've never cracked 1,000, but we've been in the 900s before. All right, let's get a couple reads in here, and then I want to talk a little bit about this squad and then we'll get to some of the super snaps and then where you go from here, and something also that Kobe L. Thiel just mentioned.
Yep. And while you do that, I'll find our buddy.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. All right. Ben 1 White takes Vegas, baby. Look at this. This looks just like Ben 1 White. And we got to give a big shout out to Baggins for making all this one happen. Gourmet sandwiches, you name it, they got it. Use code AZ12 for 15% off. Every sandwich comes with a chocolate chip cookie. Who doesn't like chocolate chip cookies? I like chocolate chip cookies. I would literally ingest the dough from the chocolate chip cookies. Check it out. All right, now back the bag. Get the bag. Now, Longview Insurance and Investments. Now, you might say to yourself, Mike Luke, are you going to endorse Andre Veras? Not a chance. No way. But we will say that you should check out Longview. Strongly recommend that. And I think the great thing about it, too, is if you can invest on your own, and Andre will help you out as well. We got the great Aaron Torres joining us here. And but again, check it out. Longview. You will thank me later. We got the super snaps coming in hot and heavy. Yeah. All right. One more, Cody. What do we got? Talk to me. One more. Come on, Cody. All right. Green Valley Decorative Rock. Torres is looking like, what the hell is wrong with
Don't want
this
to
guy?
scare the security
it's
guy.
part of the read. Yeah. 2 convenient locations. Now, you might say to yourself, Green Valley Decorative Rock, it's just in Green Valley. No. It is in Tucson as well. East of Benson, Sierra Vista, west of Marana, south of Nogales, north to Oracle. Check it out. Okay. Now, all right, Aaron Torres, the great Aaron Torres. We basically consider Aaron Torres, even though he's not an alum of the U of A de facto alum of the U of A. Hello, Aaron Torres.
Hello. Got one question. I don't know where the Tommy Lloyd Tucson What's Good meme came from. Maybe there's a story to it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's good. Maybe it's not. But all I got to ask is Tucson What's Good? What if I don't know what your policies are with your
We don't like it, but you can. You're Aaron Torres. You can do it.
What a game. So listen, okay, everybody knows my relationship with U of A. Arizona is routinely the most misunderstood program in America. And I think, frankly, the most disrespected. It's never in, part of it is like the UConn thing that right. I think, for people who don't know, I went to UConn during the Calhoun years. And, whenever you'd mention the great programs, it'd be, oh, North Carolina, this. It's like, no, UConn's pretty good. And Arizona, every single year, do we need to go through every single stupid narrative that every national media member except me had about this team? Oh, why are they not recruiting the portal better? Oh, I don't know, because you have a 6'10" dude that's dunking on everybody that just went for 30 in his college debut. So I could go on and on. I don't want to steal your show, but
no. You steal our show. You're better than us. All right.
Tucson, what's good? Let's go.
All right. We got a bunch of super snaps we got to talk about here. We got hold on. Let's see here. Chris Tonner, Ben White, RD put this on 10. Oh yeah. Really? Yeah. Very good. All right. Now what else we got? Another $5 super snap. Tobe Awaka's line doesn't raise eyebrows, but so valuable a teammate with the freshman in ADO. Awaka does not let his team get punked. Okay. Now, what I like about this though, Torres, is that you had a team. You just beat Florida. You got next to nothing from Braden Burries, and you're definitely counting on Braden Burries being good. And I don't think that we're really, breaking any news there. And there were other guys you didn't get much. This team, I think, has a margin for error. And now I'm gonna put this back. You get these spacer arguments like Kobe Thiel right now is worried that we only took 5 threes. I firmly believe in college basketball that 3-point shooting is overrated. I believe in the NBA it's not, but I believe in college basketball it is. Arizona was able to get whatever it wanted. I think bucket getters are far more important in college. So
first of all, to go back to the front court point, and I think that this is my biggest takeaway, is you use the word punked with Tobe Awaka, that he didn't allow his teammates to get punked. No. Against the best front line that we thought in college basketball, Arizona did the punking. They were not the punker. And that was what stood out. Like even Krivas, I know he missed a bunch of layups because I was sitting next to Mike Luke and he was huffing and puffing and all that.
I kept going like this.
Yes, he was. But being in the arena, Condon fouled out because he couldn't do anything against Krivas. And if he's nothing other than that low put, like that you guys call him Mount Krivas, right?
Yeah,
they couldn't do anything with him. And so Koa, it speaks for himself. That was such a fun game because, listen, we all have our takes, and when our takes are right, it gets you extra fired up. And I just thought Arizona, once again, the narratives were dumb, and happy for you guys. Great win. And I'll say this too, a little bit of institutional arrogance from Florida. Like I was looking at how kind of they were handling themselves, the staff, but not Todd Golden or anything. Todd Golden's great, but like just the way they were walking around, like they invented. Remember? Okay, so I was thinking about this. Do you remember when the Warriors won the NBA title and the owner was like, we're light years ahead of everybody else? And it's like, you're not light years. You just have Kevin Durant and Steph Curry.
Right.
And that's like talking to a couple of guys around Florida. Again, I'm not trying to throw Todd Golden under the bus. I didn't talk to him, but they, we really like, our group is really, it's like, you got 2 6'2" point guards that whatever. So anyway, I'm rambling. But I'm so impressed by Arizona. I am. And don't let the negative Nancy's in the chat get to you. It's like, that was a great win against a great team. It is going to withstand the test of time. Just enjoy today.
Yeah, let's enjoy the time. And again, somebody like Krivas he had some block shots. He serves a purpose. Again, I'm going to say that. He served a purpose, and we will leave it at that. Now, let's talk about Yvonne. Now,
Ivan the Terrible. That's what I call him.
Exactly.
In a good way, though. In a good way.
Exactly. Now, before we were kind of talking about him a little bit before, and the coaching staff was wildly in on Yvonne, basically saying, that this guy can be a starter. He can be really good. What you saw out there, Ben, was a guy that came in and he was ready to play.
Yeah.
This wasn't something where you looked at him and you're like, man, he's got those suction cups on his back. He's trying to like get people to not worry and think he's like a weenie or something. There was no soft weenies in the Big 12. That's our motto. And he's definitely not a soft weenie.
No. And with all respect to your boy, ADO, right? He's going to do a lot more out there than somebody like ADO can do. And there's a reason this coaching staff talks so highly of him, right? I think they knew all along, just based on what they saw in camp, what they saw in even those 2 preseason games, that this guy was going to be a starter. He was going to be a huge impact player. And he's so young, right? I mean, he's only going to get better. And like we talked about earlier, right? Took a little hit to the groin there, but you got to give it to our boy for coming back and really contributing, because Arizona's going to need that, because that position has been not consistent the last couple of years. And I think he's somebody who can come in and, you're going to see that level of consistency, and you're going to see him only get better every single game just because of his age.
Yeah. What'd you think from your first time? You're from your expert eye. What did you, Well,
I'll tell you what, who doesn't have an expert eye? Me watching St. Mary's, because watching you guys against St. Mary's, that was my big takeaway. Was love Jaden Bradley, love Koa. Krivas, I get the purpose that he serves, but right. I said, do you have enough on the wing? And again, you and I were sitting the 3 of us were all sitting together, but I was sitting next to Mike specifically. And I kind of, when Yvonne, is it Yvonne?
Yep.
Okay.
Yvonne,
I was going to say Ivan. Yvonne, he just it just seems like one, a smart player, two, made some really big shots, not a weenie, which is obviously very important. Yeah, I just thought for a guy playing his first, like Koa, okay, dad played in the NFL. We know he's going to be able to handle the physicality of college basketball, but Yvonne, that's a guy that, is he going to be able to handle the size and the physicality? And I thought that was the big thing as well. I don't think there's going to be many teams that can hold up physically against Florida over the course of the year. Arizona more than did their part.
Okay, let's talk about Florida here for a second. I believe, and like I said, tell me if I'm wrong. I probably am. I'm the shortest one here, so maybe I have the biggest brain. Who knows? But I'm going to say this. I thought that going into this year, I thought that Florida was a little bit overrated. And that's not to minimize what Arizona just did. So need to be very clear about that. Yeah. I think Florida is more like a top 10 to 12 team in the country. I don't believe that you just replace Walter Clayton, Denzel Aberdeen, Elijah Martin, Chris Richard, guys like that, and replace him with Boogie Fland and the kid from the
Xavier Lee. Yep.
Xavier Lee. I don't believe that you can just make that up. And when I look around college basketball, when I look at teams that I consider, one of the 5 best teams, I look at your UConn, that they feel like a top 5 team. St. John's, Myrick Pitino, teams like that. I think Arizona is very much in that mix as well as far as a talent perspective. But I'm going to say this: I do believe that Arizona is better than Florida. Yeah, when you just watch these teams, when you just watch them run, move up and down the court, they just look like a better team than
yeah. I mean, look, Hawk carried them, right? I mean, we talked about Condon kind of being overrated, and obviously you had 11, but at the same time, there was just a lot left to be desired. And you go back to guard play, right? I mean, experience matters. I mean, Jaden Bradley buried them, man. He had 27 points on both sides of the floor. I mean, anytime Arizona had issues, he was kind of your go-to outside of Koa Peat. So again, what wins in March? We always talk about it. Aaron Torres knows it with his Huskies is guard play, right? And while Burries didn't have a good game, it's not something I'm too terribly worried about. But yeah, I mean, Arizona had the advantage, I would say, in 3 out of the 5 positions.
All right, real quick, I'm getting beat up in the chat. Cody, can you pull up their super snaps, Dennis and Joseph's? I didn't see those. If you can find those, I'll address those. I'm sure they're giving me crap. Okay. Mike, is the show ending early so you can go watch the BYU game? No, I'm going to go watch the BYU game, but we're not going to end it early there. Nice try, smart app. But I do appreciate the $4.99. Now, Dennis Wall says, imagine if we were a basketball school celebrating the win tonight, pause tomorrow, hashtag the frozen crevice.
Yeah,
right.
We're football schools, so.
Yes. Yep. Okay. But
we need to get Aaron Torres one of those shirts.
What, a AZ12 shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to get you an AZ12 shirt.
I'm down.
Yeah. We'll get it for you. Yeah. We'll get it for you. Okay. Now, let's see here. John Lee. Jaden is under the shadow of Koa, but he turned his game on at clutch time.
Yep.
I think that's going to be what you see this season. I think those are going to be your 2 guys that you ride this one home. You basically take this one home. And like you said, and I liked watching Torres from afar because you could tell that Arizona's his second school. Sorry, I hope I don't get you in trouble right there.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, but he's like really pulling for him, and he's like, man, I just love that kid.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I was pulling a little bit for my preseason narrative, which is that I think Arizona is being disrespected. So when and again when you see them, and again, and I think the other thing too is just the way people talked about Florida. Because so it was really a double-edged narrative of I thought the same as you with Florida. I said, I get it. I like them. I said the day the AP poll came out, I said, I think they're closer to a top 10 to 15 team. And I only bring it up because I thought Arizona was a little bit disrespected. And so that was part of why I was so into it from the Arizona perspective. It's like, I like being right. But I also just think with Arizona, the disrespect, like we said, for the freshman, but also Jaden Bradley too. He's another one where it's just, and you guys might know, is it because Caleb Love overshadowed him? Is it because whatever? But it's like, this is a dude, is a former McDonald's All-American. Yeah. It's not like, oh, he was this 2-star recruit that rode the bench for 3 years and then whatever. It's like, he's always been a really good player. And so again, sometimes I just wonder how much the people that claim to cover the sport actually pay attention.
Right. So. And let's see here. No, I'm not. Hey, WMB is getting mad. He says, Mike, acting like we beat Wazoo. I just said I think Florida is a top 10 to 12 team in the country. It is a huge win for Arizona. And I also just said that I believe Arizona is one of the 5 to 8 best teams in the country. So I'm not minimizing anything there. Be nice to me. Okay. Now let's talk a little bit about this out of conference schedule, because this was a heck of a win, and that's for you. And going forward, what exactly this means. But let's get a couple reads in here first. Got to get paid, so can get my Flix bus home. Yeah, what else we got? All right, now Eris Dental. Now, you might say to yourself, Aaron Torres, do you want to know what my nickname was in high school?
I can only guess, but what is it?
All right, the championship package. So
Ooh.
now you might be saying, trust me on that one. So Eris Dental, they give you the championship package, and it's only for $19.97. Dental implants. Now you might say to yourself, man, 1997 for a dental implant. Generally, you have to go to Madagascar.
Must be a Mexico plan. Yeah,
you got to go to
exactly.
Madagascar. They're going to like inject some kind of silicone into your or something like that. You're not going to get any of that. The championship package here at Eris Dental, and I am going to have the championship package inserted November 10th at 12:30. We're going to live stream that. Very, very excited about the championship package. Now, if Arizona football or Arizona basketball wins it this year, it's going to go up to 2026 at the price. So if you want to save $29 right now, you better go ahead and get that.
It's now or never.
Yeah, exactly. Eris Dental. Yeah. Check it out. All right, what else we got? Talk to me. All right, Paul, we're going to have a watch party for Arizona UCLA. Mark that on your calendars. By the way, this always makes me feel really good about myself. So if you go in there and you say Mike Luke, they'll give you a free elote rib with any purchase.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yummy.
Have you had one?
Yummy in my tummy. Now, Mexican food delivered nationwide at mymexicanmenu.com. Use code AZ12 for 10% off your order. Book your next large party with corporate event with Paul. Tucson's contemporary Mexican food. CoPaulTucson.com. Boom. Check it out. Okay. Now, we got one more. All right. Oh, Foster Plumbing. We got to meet Danny Foster today.
Great guy.
All right. Yeah. He was talking about the front pipe as well. Now, listen, Aaron Torres, have you ever called a plumber and they ask you on the phone if your front pipe works?
No, I can't say that I have.
All right. Well, sometimes people will ask you if the front pipe works. We've been assured by many people.
A couple too many whiskey sodas. That's
then it's not working.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Danny Foster is the man. You should see him. They're they're all up and down the U of A. I live right by there, and they're coming in there. And you know the great thing about this plumbing doesn't just go from 8 to 5.
It's true.
Yeah, this is true. And they will tell you, they will come there and they will come there and at any time, because it's 24-hour or 24/7 service, 10% off when you mention the AZ12 podcast.
And just real quick on Danny, because we were at the watch party earlier, there was a fan. Danny walked up and he kind of looked at him and said, "Who is this again?" And Danny goes, "The front pipe." And the guy's face just lit up. Oh, yeah, I know you. Foster Plumbing.
Yes, exactly.
So give him a call.
Yeah. Give them a call. They are amazing. Foster Plumbing. Foster's Australian for plumbing. I don't know if that's right or not, but either way, check it out. Okay.
So I'm going to run in a minute. Can I comment on one comment in the comment section?
Yeah, of course.
So I was looking at the comment section while you were doing those incredible reads, talking about the, laying pipe and all that. And somebody in the chat, no disrespect, was like, it's one game. Let's not overreact. Bro, you guys haven't played since March.
Yes.
Why? Like, if you're not going to overreact when the games actually matter, and you're playing the defending national champ. Like if you're playing some, middle of the road school, I don't know, like Arizona State or something, hypothetically, right? Oh, see what I did
middle
there?
Of the road.
Yeah, bottom of the road. Yeah. So like, okay. What, like, of course you should, like, this is because people get mad at me because, Torres, you're overreacting. Well, we only get 35 of these freaking games every year. And, 6 or 7 of them are against duds, whatever. And so it's like, why not overreact?
Yeah.
Over freaking react. Yeah. You have the best resume in college basketball as of this second. Embrace the crap out of it.
Yep. And that's where I'm at as well. Now you look ahead a little bit, and I just want to ask you this because I know Torres has got to go check the BYU game now because he's a national.
They're my third favorite school.
He's a national folk. Yeah, third favorite school. I like BYU as well.
No, they're great. Aren't the fans the best? I see you commenting about the fans. They're so nice.
Fans are amazing. Yeah, and I get beat up all the time. People think I'm LDS. I'm not LDS, but I guess I look LDS. Whatever that looks like. I guess it looks like me. But you look at this schedule though. So you got Florida. That's out of the way. You got the win. You got later on in the season, you got your UConn Huskies. Mm-hmm. That's going to be one that we'll see. I generally say I'm not going to pick Arizona in every game, but then as the game gets closer, I pick Arizona. So who are we kidding? I'll probably pick Arizona. So you got Arizona against UConn, then you got Arizona against UCLA, then you got Arizona against Auburn, then you got Arizona against Alabama. I mean, you got 4 more top 20 teams, and especially a team like UConn, that's another uber elite team in there. How do you think this team is going to? How do you think this team's going to play this out?
Every team's a little bit different. First of all, flying west to east and playing in stores. I'm not saying it, as a UConn guy, I'm just saying it's a tough, let me put it this way. It's a tough trip from Tucson to stores. I can promise you that. there's going to be losses because everybody loses them. But I think the other thing too, and I think you guys talked about, I think Tommy talked about it last year, is like it gets you ready for the Big 12 too, which is important. And it was funny because, I tweeted something in the first half about whatever, and people were like, oh, Tommy's only good in November and December. And it's like, what'd you finish, second or third in the Big 12?
Third in the Big 12.
Third in the Big 12 conference championship game in what we thought was the toughest conference in college basketball. Last year probably wasn't the SEC, but it's like this stuff prepares you for March and April as well. So go ahead.
And it's like what Tommy Gunn said too. Like last year when Arizona got down in the second round to Oregon, I think the game was like 21-4 to start out.
Yeah.
He said to everybody, he said, honestly, I don't think we come back from that if we're in the Pac-12.
Interesting.
Being in the Big 12 though, everything was a hostile environment. Everything was, it was difficult. And so we were ready for that. We're prepared for that. And I think that, you look at this out of conference schedule, you look at what they're going to be able to do then once Big 12 play comes.
Yep.
I mean, it's going to be the biggest strength of schedule in the country. It's just going to be interesting to see how it happens. But that's why we need to be excited by this.
I am going to pull the
we got Shearer here.
I was going to say the Carl Lewis or whatever, hand over the baton.
Yeah.
I'll be going live on my show tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Where can they find you,
Pacific?
Torres?
Aaron_Torres on Twitter, and just search Aaron Torres on YouTube.
Arizona, UCLA. We'll see you at the Intuit Dome in a couple of weeks.
I'll be there. He said he's
I gotta watch.
You'll be there?
I'll be there.
All right,
Shearer will be there.
Right. Shearer
will be there. All right, Shearer, take the mic from me, brother.
All right, a mic drop, baby.
Yes.
All right, we got Skier here as well. All right, yeah. All right, you're the man, Torres. Thanks. Make sure that front pipe's working.
Yes.
Okay, so all right. I'm going to say it's fair.
We stay at the bar.
Yeah, right.
It's fair.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of one that's front pipes working. Oh, we got Danny Foster in here as well.
There we go.
Oh, it's very cool meeting Danny Foster. It was like me every time I meet like somebody that's like a big part of the show. I feel like I'm meeting somebody. I'm like, hey, just don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. And I'm sure I generally do.
I did well today.
You did well.
I did well.
Shearer, I got to give Shearer a lot of credit. We're going to get back. Shearer was so nervous about this meetup. Seriously, he was so nervous about this meetup that he faked a headache. Because he gets nervous about stuff.
I do get nervous, but I did well.
You did very, very well. Shearer is so much better. The only thing we need to work on is your handshake. Here, watch this. It's not this. It's the dead fish handshake. We don't like any of that. Okay. Anyways, Skier, this is a big win for Arizona. You thought you had no faith in Arizona. You thought Arizona was going to lose this game.
I didn't have any feel. No feel for this game whatsoever. But I think the reason I was wrong is Florida returns its entire front court from a national title team.
But they're not that good.
They won the title.
Yeah, but not because of the front court, because of
their front court was, but still, they returned the front court from a national. Like, you can't have a bad front court and win the title.
I didn't say it was a bad front court.
And then Arizona outplayed them. And the guard advantage that we knew before the game was actually probably bigger than I thought it would be. And
we know what's crazy about that too is that's what Braden Burry is playing terribly.
Yeah.
That's what I think a little bit of the our press break definitely needs.
Like Todd Golden just said, basically Xavier Lee is good offensively but terrible defensively. Like, pretty much straight up called him out and said we need him to be better defensively.
Good luck with that.
Couldn't guard Jaden for the life of him.
Right, here we go. Why does Mike think I just said that I think they're a top 10 to 12 team. Okay, anyways, I'm not going to fall into
I think Florida is the second best team in the country and amazing because that's what you do after Arizona wins.
Okay,
they just beat an amazing basketball team.
All right, okay, all right, yeah. All right, let's talk about Yvonne.
Good Lord. First of all, I didn't think he would start. You won that. Yvonne was on the court before the game started.
For you, Joseph, as well.
Clear victory by you because Yvonne was on the court before it even started. Yvonne got punched in the throat, hit in the balls,
right?
Annihilated physically.
Yeah.
And was still like, there were times where he's Pella. He's Pella. He gets beat up and he does the little stuff and he hits big shots. And I didn't realize this. The Real Madrid coach, Tommy just said, is the same guy that coached Luka and basically went to Tommy and goes, I'm telling you, this dude is good. Like, take him.
Yeah, and he is good. And we got to give, and this is again where you've also got to, this is again where I think you've also got to really trust the coaching staff as well. We know somebody around the program that was telling us, he said, don't worry, after Carter left, he said, don't worry, we're going to be just fine at the small forward position. I can assure you of that. And what at least from my layman perspective, I'm thinking to myself, oh, well, they're counting on Dwayne. They're counting on Dwayne.
I think we all did.
Yeah. Lo and behold, Ben One White, this Yvonne there is nothing cold soup about Yvonne. Yvonne is Yvonne is a monster. In Zona Germany, I love you. I'm just saying that, yes, it's no offense. I am 100% German. So Rage is telling me to get off his phone so he wants me to pay for his ticket to Colorado. Don't think so. Okay. Anyways, Ben, you watch this, and Yvonne is not cold soup.
He's not cold soup. Arizona's in a very good spot with their small forward position. He's so young, and yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be Aristode, like I think all of us, and then he started playing a lot of these 2 first exhibition games, and the coaching staff said, "Don't you worry, we're going to be fine." And you know what, Mike Luke? Sometimes, we like to criticize not offering a lot of guys and maybe not casting out a wide net, but Tommy knows exactly what he's doing in terms of the guys they bring in here.
All right, Francis Campillo. Yes, thank you. I watched that, and when I was funny because nobody said, he said in there, how did the refs miss that double dribble late in the game?
I missed that completely.
Yeah,
I saw it, but it's when it's something that's that egregious, I think a lot of times you're just like, oh, I must have missed something or whatever. Because Brogan messaged and he said, am I tripping or did he just double dribble?
Yeah, that is like one of the calls that like it's so bad that you almost don't believe it happened, so you don't call it.
Right.
The refs had their moments tonight. I don't think they were all.
They were fine. I'm fine with how they
weren't costing any team the game. Maybe a little foul happy, but it went both ways. So I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I am as well. Now, let's see here. German fans unite. Yes. I'll probably get in trouble if I make
Did you guys ever get an explanation? Did you ever get an explanation on the Awaka flagrant?
No, but it looked like crap. That was not a that did not look like a foul.
So I guess they changed the rule where now if the elbow hits you in the chest, it's also a flagrant. I still don't think he elbowed him in the chest, but from what I was told, it's a new rule. Yeah. You literally can't lift your elbow anymore in a rebound.
All right, because I looked at him like that. Man, that's one of the weakest calls
stupid.
Ever.
It's still
dumb.
Yeah,
you're gonna tell this 6'8", 230-pound guy he can't clear out,
and that you can't basically clear out the girth. Yeah. I mean, what are we doing at this point? Okay, now let's talk Dwayne Aristode. I'm kind of at this point with Dwayne Aristode that I think Dwayne's got a lot of potential. I think Dwayne's going to be really, really good. You can definitely see that there is and keep in mind too, we've talked about this a billion times.
This is what I was going to say too. I think
he was out for a year, and I know I think it's a lie or a spin, but when they're saying he's walking around in a walking boot up until like 2 months ago for no reason, that's not exactly how that happened. That's not exactly how that works out. He's going to take some time. He's going to be fine. But as far as the pecking order right now, he's clearly a distant third at that small forward. And, it
should be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Tommy basically just reminded people, it's like, look, like I know people are probably concerned about Krivas tonight too. Like him and Dwayne, you got to keep in mind, these dudes haven't played basketball in a year. Like, I don't count exhibitions. This was their first competitive basketball game in a year, over a year. So it's like he did not seem to be too concerned. Now, Tommy's not going to crap on players, but he legitimately didn't seem too concerned about the direction that they're going in.
Now, when it comes to Krivas, though, Sheer, I mean, obviously 8 rebounds, but do you chalk that more up to the comment that Tommy made today? Or, as we've talked about, there's still a decent amount left to be desired with him?
I don't think Krivas was as bad as people are making him out to be. I think he needed to make a couple more of those shots. I thought his rebounding was fine. I thought his defense, Chinley didn't do anything when he was in the game, and he's super athletic and girthy. I think honestly, I think Mo was fine. I don't think he's as bad as people are making him out to be.
I agree with that. My only concern with Mo is, and I'm going to give the Mo haters this, because I do think the guy blocks shots. He is a presence defensively. You can say that he looks goofy, whatever the heck you want to say. But at the same time, though, he does stuff defensively. My problem is the flip shots. When you're 2 feet away,
yes, has to make those. Absolutely.
There's just way too many shots from 2 feet and out where it looks like you're just kind of hoping that they go in. Those have to be automatic.
Yes. Completely agree. There was one in with like 4 minutes left where he actually made a nice play, got the ball back, flipped it up from 3 feet away and didn't make it.
Right.
You have to make those.
Yeah, no, and I'm saying John Lee, I think, makes a great point. Here's all I'm going to say on this. And if I turn out to be wrong, I'll gladly admit it. That's the story of my life. But let's give the guy a little bit of time first. Let's revisit this in a month before, people are, spiking the football and everything like that. I think that's fair, Ben One.
Yeah, I mean, to Sheer's point, right? He hasn't played in a long time, and it's not like he wasn't, impactful tonight. It's not like he was hurting Arizona. I mean, you're going to need somebody in there to get those boards and block those shots, and if that's all you're asking, that's what he did.
Let me ask you this. Patrick Miller, I think, makes a great point right here. I'm not sure what people want from the guy. I'm a serious question here. What do people want from him? Like,
People are, if a game is not dominant, and I love Arizona fans. I'm not one of these dudes that are trying to troll you.
You don't cover the team and you're trying to troll them. Yeah.
But
who
I
would do
think
that?
it is clear throughout the years, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, that unless you're like really good, Arizona fans will pick a way to kind of pick at you.
Yeah.
Right? Like ADO wasn't very good, but even if he had been a little bit better, like Krivas was fine. He was fine tonight.
Right.
He played a good front court. He was fine. Was he good? No. Was he bad? No. But that's the player. Like, that's the player of the night. Friday night against Utah Tech, no matter how bad Arizona wins, there's going to be one guy where that'll be the guy.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, so, okay. All right. Like I said, I was not impressed. But I will say that there's one other problem too. Stop bringing the ball down. I've got to stop bringing the ball down because,
or if you're going to bring it down, be strong with it.
Be strong with it, and it gets taken away.
Don't hesitate.
It gets taken. All right. So, but either way, I don't think he was as bad as people are making him out to be. So,
dude, I'm so locked into Big 12 basketball right now.
Yeah. What do we got? What other games?
New Orleans beat TCU.
Oh gosh.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, New Orleans beat TCU.
Is Jim Rice still their coach, or Jamie Rice? Jamie
Dixon.
Yeah. Jim Rice.
Utah's only up 4 over San Jose State.
We got like three possession games here.
Colorado's losing to Montana State, and Hofstra's beating Central Florida.
Yeah. All right.
The bottom of the Big 12 is going to be bad.
Yeah. ASU, that gives ASU some hope. All right. So let's talk a little bit about, you were late to the Jaden Bradley bandwagon.
That's whatever.
You thought
thought
Burries was much better. Not Burries. Boswell, much better. You're wrong.
That's fine.
Okay. But man, joking aside, there's not, I don't care what anybody says. They're wrong if they disagree. There are not 5 better point guards in the country than Jaden Bradley. There's just not. I don't care what you say.
Tommy's Mr. I don't care about awards, right?
Right.
He sits down and he goes, look, I love the Hall of Fame, because the people that sponsor the Cousy Award are the people that put this game on.
Right.
So he's like, I love the Hall of Fame. He's like, how in the world did you think that there's 20 better point guards than Jaden Bradley?
Right.
Come on now, man. 20.
20.
There's 20 on that list. Come on now.
Can somebody give me Duke Brennan's stats, by the way, real quick for the I
was looking at Boswell's stats. He had 10 points.
I don't care
Duke Brennan.
Yeah, Duke Brennan. Let's talk about somebody
Are you gonna go run on the court and give him a little?
No, but I did see him though.
Duke Brennan. Wow, this is big. 4 rebounds.
4 rebounds
and a steal and a turnover. No points, but they don't need him to score.
I got a question here, and maybe this is something with any fan base. I don't understand people after an awesome game, an awesome win, where we're just complaining. Joseph in here has just been complaining the entire game. I don't get it. This was a great win, people.
People get mad at me when I say that. I literally will not criticize anyone after this game. Like, it's going to be very positive when I'm on with you guys, when I'm on with Shelby later. Arizona just beat Florida. It feels like a D move to criticize it. Like, I'll say, look, Braden didn't play well. Hey, first game and you're playing against veterans, right? Like, whatever.
And guess what? When you play a team like Florida, any top team in the country, right, whether it's right now or in the NCAA tournament, you're not going to play perfect for 40 minutes. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, and again, I mean, some of these guys we're talking about, and I guess here's where I'm a little confused. If you're going to come in here and start complaining about everybody, Braden Burries was worse than Mo.
Let's call what it is, man. Braden Burries was Arizona's worst player tonight.
So I mean, you can yes, I mean that's kind of where I'm at. If you're that's whatever. It's just frustrating. So let's talk about Braden Burries then going forward. He was bad today, but there's a couple things about Burries that I find interesting that I think people need to keep an eye on as well. One thing that we can say is that when you watch Burries, I think that Burries is going to be a very good player at the U of A. I really do. Cody's telling me that I need to do reads, but let's go back to Burries real quick, because I actually think I have a good point. Okay. And if I want to accentuate that if it's true.
Yep.
All right. But if something else, it's true. The Family Food Project. Yes, the Tucson Family Food Project. Okay. Direct Aid Plus Life Skills Development. Currently 255 meal kits. 2026, 1,000 meal kits per week. Donations made with AZ12 comment will be matched. Cumulative up to $10,000. Boom. Check it out. This is a very good cause. Go in there and yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
All right, Bridge Tech Communications. Our guy Tony is in here. Tony, we missed you up at the get together, but either way, we like Tony a great deal. Bridge Tech Communications. Dennis Walsh is in here. Dennis Walsh is doing those trapeziacs or whatever, but he's going to these gyms, these rinky dink things that like the air filter hasn't been changed in like 25 years, things like that. Don't do any of that stuff. If you've got a gym, you want to get it out, and you want that 750% average ROI. Get together with Bridge Tech. They promote 100 plus health entities across multiple states. Bridge Tech Communications. Check them out. Tony is the man. Boom. All right, now one more. RJ's Frozen Cactus. Now, there's a lot of people in here that are calling him they're calling Crevis the Crevis Cactus or the Crevis Glacier or whatever. I don't know what it was. They're idiots. Anyone saying that's wrong. But either way, we can agree that they have a huge parking lot there. It's a massive parking lot.
So big that you could park your jet, Michael.
You could park a jet in, you could back you could pack a girthy jet in there. That's how big it is. No bad seats in the house. Pizza, wings, tacos, burgers, and more. 100 plus craft beers, $2 deals. Home of the AZ 12 watch parties. All right, let's talk Braden Burries. So with Braden, there's a couple things that I think we need to keep an eye on. I think Braden is going to be a very good player at the U of A. I have no doubt about that. I think he's going to be very good this year. The one thing though, when you watch somebody like Koa up close, Koa stands out from an athletic, from a girth, from just a dynamic strength factor. When you watch Braden is far more. Braden's just not a great athlete.
I like my comparison.
What's your comparison?
I think Braden Burries is a 6'4" slow-mo.
All right.
He's Kyle Anderson. He's not gonna. He'll find a way to score. He'll still score. He's not quick. He's smart. He knows angles, stuff like that. But he will not beat you with his quickness, and he will not beat you with his athleticism. And
the thing that you got to remember too is that he's old for his grade as well. So he's kind of, I think he is kind of is what he is, because he's a year and a half older than most kids he's going against. But he's going to be good though. This was his first game. I don't really worry a lot about him now. This is kind of the situation. If we're talking about him in what 6-7 games and we're still going through this,
right.
then
he's going to play well on Friday. He's going to play well against NAU. Let's reassess it at UCLA.
All right. I think Brad Hawk puts it very well, and I agree with this. He says Braden will be 12-5 by March and have 2+ 20-point game. He puts up 20+. I agree with that.
And if you get that, that's all you can ask for.
I have a question for you.
Right. What's that?
I know we both saw Koa Peat was good. Did this surprise? I mean, this was, you know what I mean?
I've been a lot bigger than Koa Peat than you have.
As an NBA, I thought Koa would be good in college. I've agreed with you when you put up your numbers, right?
Yeah.
And the NBA, I have questions.
I will say this: I did not believe that he would.
This was stupid.
I did not believe that he would be hands down the best player in this game, to the point where it wasn't even close.
You know what Todd Golden said? He thought it was a matchup they could take advantage of.
Koa?
Yeah. Yeah. He said we thought that was a matchup we could take advantage of, and he killed us.
Why would you think that?
Because he's slow-footed a little bit defensively, maybe.
Well, he's a lot quicker than Todd Condom or whatever that guy's name is, or Todd Condom.
That's a big victory for me.
That's a huge victory. But yeah, sheer dub right there.
Yeah.
But they had nobody that could guard him. And I'm going to say this: there's not many teams in the country that have anybody that can guard him.
Big 12 is so dumb.
Dude,
like so Peterson, DeBonce is playing right now. Yeah, right. Koa Peat.
Yeah, right. And then
the draft last year was trash. Like your top four, like Pete. I'm not saying Pete's top 5, but if he plays like that, he is.
Peterson, DeBanza, Boozer. I
think Nate Ament had like 28 tonight. Like,
I mean, this is going
Yvonne.
To be, Yvonne. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Bryce James. All of you got a lot of guys in there that are.
There's a guy behind me that kept asking for Bryce James.
I know.
Like, dude,
he's not going to play. Yeah, but I don't understand that. Why would you think that? And I want to say this for a second. And I know I'm going to beat up again. I don't understand the hype with Condom. I mean,
he did nothing for me. And the 1-3 he shot was an air ball. I think Hal's good.
Hal's definitely good.
I think Hal's a better player than.
Yeah.
Or Half. They called him Half.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
I think he's a better player. Chinlayu doesn't really do a lot for me. I like the backup. I think the backup's better.
The Asian kid, the guard he's not bad offensively.
Super fast.
Yeah, he's actually better than I thought.
Not good at he wasn't good at the rim at Princeton. He was not good at the rim.
Yeah, but
tonight.
he's still pretty good.
But he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's better than Fland.
That team has a huge bench problem.
Yes,
that team. Look, I'm going to say it. I know we're all happy. I think Florida's closer to 15 than they are 3.
I just said I think they're about 10 to 12.
Yeah, because Fland does nothing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, shout out Arizona's defense, but Fland is so inefficient. The bench is invisible.
Yeah. So don't beat me up. Either way, I believe that the Arizona's a top 5A team in the country. Now, this is also a big victory for me, and I posted this on the board.
I asked Tommy about this.
What did he say?
did.
What did he
the
say?
3-pointers,
What did he
right?
say? What did he say?
I said, you told us you were a good shooting team, and then you go out and shoot 5 threes. And he goes, yeah, that's crazy.
Right.
He's like, I want to be in the 20s, but he's like, when you're getting to the foul line 38 times, like, that's good.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I know we all want threes, but you're going to the foul line 38 times. That means you're putting pressure on their defense. That means they're fouling. That means you're scoring. He's like, crazy. I want more threes, but
this is a big dub for me because I've been on this.
it is a huge dub for you. And I know that you're going to spike this.
And I've already
to
posted
the
on the board.
center of the earth.
I literally in college basketball.
2 for 5.
In college basketball, and again, I don't know why this is such a difficult thing for people like Fry Rice to understand.
by name.
Call
it by name.
Call it and not just Fry Rice, AJTO as well.
This is like the Tupac shout out.
Yeah. This might hit him up. I don't understand why this is such a difficult thing. Yes, everybody wants to have 3-point shooting. That's fine. It is far more important to be able to get your own bucket. And again, no, Kobe. Kobe says it gives you a bit low margin for error. That's why they almost collapsed. No, they almost collapsed because they were handing the ball to Florida at the end of the game.
And here's why Kobe's wrong. When you shoot 38 free throws, it actually gives you more of a margin to mess up because you're having a scoring opportunity. Like, how many possessions led to free throws?
Exactly.
You're having a scoring opportunity every time they foul you. They were in foul trouble the whole last.
Right.
Like Chinle fouled out. So it's actually the opposite.
Yeah. And so, but again, Arizona's teams over the years with Tommy have been generally a little shorthanded on guys that can get theirs.
Yep.
No Ben one. Whereas that you can have a situation like where you can, like that, let's just say that second year that lost to Princeton. They had nobody that could make plays off the dribble. Nobody. And guess what? It showed against Clemson the following year. You had one guy in Caleb Love, and I don't know what he was doing in that game. And then you also had, and then this past year, you were a little bit better.
Look, man, at the end of the day, shooting is important, but Jaden Bradley and Koa Peat were getting buckets whenever they wanted. That's more important. It doesn't matter how they're scoring whenever they want.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So there is, that's that.
You remember who told me that shooting wasn't as important than people thought?
Who?
Josh Gershon.
Well, there you go. I agree with Gershon on that. Yeah.
Years ago. I don't know if he still holds the same because he's in the NBA now
but NBA is totally different animal than college.
Yeah.
And
it's guys that can get buckets and find ways to score in college.
And that's what it is. They are the ones that slow everything down. And again, I'm just going to leave it at that. Today was a big, big dub for me. Okay. Now, enough about me taking them.
Can I get a quick dub real quick?
Yeah. What?
Look, man, I know Evan Nelson was going to play in this game. So this isn't a shot at Evan Nelson by any means. Seriously.
I didn't think he was going to play in this game.
No. Not a shot at all. Conrad had 17 and 23 minutes tonight, baby.
Who'd they play?
Doesn't matter. Furman.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Mark Furman.
Mark Furman, the racist cop?
Yeah, he beat the crap
out
of that.
Well, I actually support that effort then.
Yeah, Conrad, baby.
Yeah, Conrad, baby. C-Mart. Okay, so, all right, now let's look ahead a little bit. Let's look ahead a little bit.
Duke Brennan just scored 2 straight buckets.
Yeah, by the way, I saw he's killing it on the glass.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got UCLA, you got UConn, you got Alabama, you got Auburn. Okay.
Yep. Good Lord.
I am going to
San Diego State, if you want to throw them in there.
Yeah, we should win that one. But moving on. All right. I'm going to say this. I think Arizona beats UCLA. I don't see it with UCLA. I think Dent is.
They play tonight, right?
I think they do.
But I think they play a high school team.
I think Dent is good, but yeah, whatever.
Eastern Washington.
I think I don't think UCLA is going to be able to defend Arizona.
I think Arizona is going to win that game. And honestly, I think that, hey, everybody hit the like button.
You
we
don't
had
think
450 lives.
You think it's going to be tough playing on the road against UCLA with all the raucous
I was going to say, yeah, seriously, man, with like the 25 fans that are going to show up. No, I think Arizona wins that game. The one I don't really give Arizona
legit upset would be UConn in my
the
opinion.
legit. That's a UConn's an issue. Because I just don't know with UConn outside of maybe one position where they have an advantage.
Did you see what they're doing too?
No.
It's a whiteout, and then they're selling Coors Light or something for $2 starting 90 minutes. So they're going to be liquored up.
Wow.
It's whiteout, sold out,
Right.
tough environment across the country.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But Arizona's done well. You know, you remember, I know UConn's better, but remember Illinois years ago where like the plane was stuck and all that, and then Arizona came in and rolled Illinois.
No,
you never know.
I get it. I get it. Alabama to me is interesting because Alabama is just going to shoot threes. And it will be interesting to see if Arizona decides to shoot threes.
They play tonight, Ben.
We shall see. And then Auburn looked like poo.
Auburn won, but Alabama beat North Dakota by 29.
Okay.
In a typical Alabama fashion, Mike, they shot 27 threes. That's not bad, actually.
That's actually not bad. But the thing about it, though, is I still worry about when Arizona played Alabama a couple years ago. And
because if those were going in,
actually, it's a different team.
No, I get
Sears is
it.
gone. Like
I get it, but
they're another one of these teams that replace so many guys, and I think like people are kind of Phylon good. Your boy Feline.
Feline.
But other than that, you probably can't name one other player on Alabama. And I'm not dissing. You probably can't.
Petaway.
No, he's gone, dude, and he's on Auburn. You literally, I'm not even making fun of you. Like Alabama has a completely new roster.
They got LeBaron Feline.
Yeah. I'm serious. You can't name them.
Yeah. Who else do they have?
Because what's his name got hurt too? Allen, Sherrell, Bull Bowen, and Mallet. That's their starting 5.
Never heard of any of those people. Yeah.
And then your boy, Davion Hanna.
Davion Hanna, I've heard of.
Yeah.
Not. But honestly, I think that if let me ask you guys this. Let's say Arizona drops one of those games, and I realize we're getting ahead of each other.
I'm thrilled if that's the case. But
so if you'd have to be you would have to be the number 1 team in the country, correct?
Yes.
You have to be right up there, yeah.
Well, unless UConn runs the table, because doesn't UConn have a hard schedule too? I think.
Yeah.
I think UConn has a hard schedule.
Yeah. What is it? Ben White's pulling it up. No, Ben One. What do we got?
Because Hurley doesn't give a crap either. I think tomorrow night there's games too.
All right.
Let's go.
Meisner. Yes. I agree. Meisner.
They play BYU. They play us. They play Illinois. Yeah. They play Kansas. Yeah.
Right.
This is a really tough non-conference. They play Florida, Texas. So much.
Yeah. No, Mick Crennan sucks. I don't know why people would like him. I feel like we have to issue this disclaimer every single show, and I'm not trying to be mean here. Arizona did not choose Mo over Henry.
Right.
No, I don't know why people keep going.
Henry was offered $2 million to go to North Carolina. Now, if you want to say this, and you tell me if you think I'm wrong, because I'm not, and you agree with me, Arizona essentially chose Koa over Henry.
Right. Yeah, because there's no salary cap, but there's a salary cap. Every team has their own salary cap.
Right.
So let's say Arizona's salary cap was $8 million. Do you want to bring Henry back and lose Mo and possibly Koa?
Right.
Or do you want to bring Mo back and get Koa and say, you know what, Henry, good luck wherever you go. Like that's how it works.
That's basically where's it? Mike, why would Arizona be number 1 if we went out? All right, now you're just being silly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you think Arizona's ranked Monday? They're 13th now.
8 or 9.
You think they're ahead of Florida?
They should be.
Oh, I know, but you know how those polls.
I know they absolutely should be.
Hit the like and subscribe. Shelby just reminded me we need to touch on recruiting news.
Yeah, we'll get to Cam Holmes in just a second.
I'm so hyped right now.
Yeah. All right. So I'm really good.
Look,
okay.
You know why I like Mike? Because after big play, I was across the media from him and I look at him. He's
yeah. Well, it was funny because Torres is next to me and he's like, "Do you always root for the team in the media section?" And I said, "Dude, I'm actually being calmer."
You were calm. You were absolutely calm.
No, but there was a couple times I went like,
and
then he asked me, "Do we always wear the U of A polos?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I think he was appalled by our lack of.
I call it. You're a beacon of professionalism.
No, yeah. Yes. You look at this hat. You look at this. Yes, it's exactly what
Mike ran with the team out of the tunnel.
Yeah. No, seriously, man. I was like, I got to quick go. All right, whatever with this Henry stuff. Okay. So, anyways, all right. Now, what do you come away from this if you're saying, do you have any real concerns in this game?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
Rebounding was a concern. They just out-rebounded.
Yeah.
I think maybe speed, opposing teams. I thought the backcourt struggled defensively at first, but they adjusted.
Why do people keep saying with Boswell we win it all? No doubt.
Yeah, just trolling at this point.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. I don't really get that one. Okay. I didn't really come away with a lot of concerns,
No, I mean,
honestly, Ben. Like, I didn't really look at this game and say, man, there's a lot that we need to work on there.
No, I mean, tempo's valid, right? Because if Florida's not fouling as much as they did, I mean, that could have been a problem. But I mean, the 3-point shooting, obviously, you only had 5 attempts, right? So I don't think it's fair to judge that. Koa Peat did what he did. Kribas had a good game despite some of the challenges, and Jaden Bradley was Jaden Bradley and more. I mean, maybe Jaden Bradley is a guy who's going to be able to give you a little bit more offensively. Not that he isn't, right? But maybe he is that guy who can give you,
Right.
numbers like that's not every single game, but maybe flirt with, mid-20s. So, no, I don't have any concerns. And Arizona is certainly one of the best teams in the country after what they did today.
Okay, now let's go back up to Rudy Bastillos' comment right there. Rudy is a really good friend of mine, but Rudy is literally the most negative person I have ever come across when it comes to U of A athletics. Rudy's the guy that, like, you could just beat a team like Duke by 500 points and
There's always that dude.
and you'll never hear
Yeah.
from him. But then, like, if you win by, 20 against like Florida State, it's like, dude, I told you this team sucks. Rudy's the man, though. We like Rudy, but
Boise State currently losing to Hawaii
okay,
Pacific.
he said yes. I will agree with this, and I think they can get this fixed. Inbounding is definitely
Yeah.
an
Yo,
issue.
but honestly, let's be real. It's been an issue under Tommy
Yeah, it's true.
in general. Like, how many games? What was the game? Oregon. They had trouble with it early in that game or late in that game,
Right.
right? Where they
Yeah.
couldn't get the ball.
Well, they
in
couldn't
bounds.
get the ball in. Yep, that's a
Even
good
in
point.
the Clemson game a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
Yep.
It's an issue. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yes.
It's weird.
And that was that's definitely an issue, because I'll say one thing: that ADO pass where he tried to throw it in,
Shoot,
he
man.
tried to. It was crazy because I was almost right there. He tried to like almost hand the ball to.
And hey, if Boogie Flan hits that 3, we might be talking about a different result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, okay, yeah. So that's something that I think that we can all agree probably needs to be addressed.
Is that a dog barking?
Yeah, it is a dog barking. It was barking earlier too.
Is there like a bomb in here?
Now Ted Ward probably smells Ted Wardo.
You know what still surprised me though, and maybe it does. I don't know. You're an expert. Maybe it doesn't surprise you. Florida could not stop Arizona from scoring. Like, just couldn't do it.
You want to know why though? Arizona has better play. Arizona is a better team.
I actually left that game saying Arizona's better than Florida.
And not only is Arizona better, Ben One White, Arizona has more dynamic. Arizona's got better athletes.
Yeah.
They got better guys, that players
say it,
that
Mike.
can.
Say it. Say
They're
exactly.
just better.
Say what-
Back the freaking A. Seriously, they just have better players.
Say what Kobe said you would say.
What?
Florida's a little too Caucasian.
No, they got. Oh, they are. They
You
have.
can say it.
Yeah, no,
I'll say it.
they have too many white guys. I
Yeah.
agree. Like my whole thing with white
And
guys.
their guards do nothing for me.
My
I mean,
whole thing with white guys is you can have generally 3. If you have an 8-man
Yeah,
rotation,
You have a limit. This is true, Mike. Actually, we discussed this off air. This is
this
the
is true.
thing.
And now I'm glad that we're not in the year 2020 because we can actually, we'd never be able to get away with this.
That's why
So if you've got a 9-man rotation, you've got,
it could be 1/3 Caucasian.
you can have, I can get away with 3 white guys. Anything other than that, you're playing with fire.
Do we count internet? Like, is Yvonne? That's where you get fishy. But like, I know what you're saying. Like, their front court, he's athletic, but he's,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when Howe and Hengen
When you're at-
is in there and Condon, that's it. That's so, and you know what? That's like super unathletic.
yeah, that's super unathletic. That's super, super white. The
Same
oh,
thing.
and then Lee. I mean,
I like Lee.
I like Lee.
I think he's
I like Lee.
athletic.
Well, he's not athletic.
He's not athletic.
defensively.
No, he's terrible defensively.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I think he's too skinny. I think we nailed that. Their backcourt is skinny. Boogie Flan sucks. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, I don't know why
He's not my type of guard. I don't like inefficient, and I know I'm talking about Caleb Love and all that, but I don't like inefficient guards who don't do anything else.
Well, Caleb did a lot of other things. So
Not
Caleb
last year's Caleb, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yes,
well, there
it
you go.
did.
2
That's
years
what
ago, Caleb, no.
that's what what we're talking about. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. Okay. Yeah, I love Caleb. Hey, he was an All-American. Watch your mouth.
ADO went full Caleb on that one position.
Okay.
And then Tommy ate him up.
Yeah. No.
He's
for
like,
sure.
I'm
No.
shooting MFers.
Right.
Like, no, you're fine.
Wait a second. Mike has a limit on white guys, but his second favorite team is BYU. BYU doesn't have that many.
Yeah, you're
white-
wrong, dude.
You're wrong about that.
BYU's best player, their starting center.
BYU's has 2 white guys, and they're like really good white guys.
By the way, UCLA right now, 12-11 over Eastern Washington. There'd be
Yeah.
nothing funnier.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. So, anyways, all right. Let's get a couple reads in. Let's get a couple reads in here, and then I want to talk about what this means going forward.
BYU's only up 6, by the way.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
this
probably because
is-
that dog keeps barking.
Dude, this is like, is there a bomb down here?
I don't know.
Brennan is literally dominating this game. Yes. High 7 board.
Comfort X HVAC, my friend. Back the vac. Back the vac. Ben One White, do you have air conditioning?
Unlike Kobe, yes, I do.
Sure. Do you have air conditioning?
Absolutely. It's not on down here, though. It's hot.
It's definitely not.
Yeah.
Kobe L. Field does not have air conditioning. That's why he keeps saying these really, really bad things in the
I don't
comments.
know how Kobe does it because I'm hot right now. And Kobe does this 24/7.
Yeah, exactly. You need to get air conditioning, period. 10% off with mention AC12 when booking. Get entered into a Christmas raffle for a $100 gift card. And again, Kobe L. Field has no air conditioning. Maybe we can get a GoFundMe going because then you could come in there, installation, emergency repairs, service and maintenance, all kinds of good stuff. Check it out. Comfort X HVAC. Back the vac.
Next.
Test, please.
There we go.
All right, not just a football school. Now, again, Ben, you probably never heard about this, but after World War II, when everybody came back and they were all horny and they just started having kids.
Yes.
They were called baby boomers.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. That's what
Hadn't realized that. Thanks for clearing
that's
that
what's
up.
going to happen with these shirts. These shirts bring fertility and the want because
Yes.
of how cool these shirts are. You need to get in there and get these shirts, not just a football school. Go to AZ12 Podcast Shop 412.com. Let's start reproducing here. Get these shirts. Yes. Okay. All right. Now 88 Crime. Now that dog might be working for 88 Crime. No clue what exactly that is. But either way, 88 Crime, you see anything bad? You see people that shouldn't be doing things. You see Rich Carrillo out there and he's probably doing something he shouldn't do. Get in there and tell them. Don't get your hands dirty or grimy. Let somebody else do it for you. Yes, exactly.
I got to read this text I just got.
Now this shirt, though. Well, like I said. All right. Thanks, Cody. Okay. What do we got? What's your
He
text?
won't mind. My boy Danny Peters, I'm still friends with him.
Yeah.
Just text me, don't play Arizona and Vegas. That's dumb.
Yeah.
Just don't play Arizona and Vegas.
Yeah, it's dumb. Yeah, it is pretty stupid. Yeah. Now, does the girl come with the shirt? I don't know about that, but
It's a possibility. We've never been told no.
I think what you should do is you should text in and you should text and say, very nice, how much? And just go from it. Very nice, how much?
How much?
Yeah. All right. So, anyways, let's get back to it. You guys are getting me off the grind right here.
Always.
Beat and pass.
My bad.
Yeah, don't let it happen again. Okay, so like I said, I thought this was a game where you watched it and you just thought Arizona was better. And you know what's kind of funny about it? Just kind of better across the board.
You didn't think that in the first 12 minutes, though.
Well, because it was the same. I almost swore. It was the same stuff that I watched last year where it's like, all right, you get in the lane, you just give up an easy dunk or you give up an easy three. But as things started progressing, as the game started going on and on, Ben won.
Yep.
Arizona just better, man.
Yeah, because I mean they weren't able to do that Florida after a while, and it just got tougher. I mean Arizona turned it up defensively. They forced some turnovers, and Florida got desperate, I think, because Arizona kind of dictated the pace there for probably 25 of the 40 minutes, and they just started fouling, and I think they panicked a little bit. And to Shear's point, right? We want to talk about the shooting and not as many threes, but when you're getting to the line that many times, man, you got to take advantage of it, man. It's easy points for Arizona. But yeah, I thought across the board they were better. I mean, it's a great win, like we've talked about. You can't ask for anything better. The opening day here in college hoops, and there's a lot to be had as well. So we can be critical and we can say things, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean that we're not happy with the result. So
right, yeah.
I don't remember. I'd have to check my notes for when exactly what it was, but let's just call it like the 9-minute mark or whatever. It felt like there was a very clear energy shift, right?
Yeah.
Like something woke up. You know what I think it was? The play where everybody dove on the floor and it didn't lead to a bucket.
Right.
But the crowd got into it at that moment, and there was a very clear vibe change in that game where Arizona could, okay, we're here, we're woken
and then
up.
probably the second one in the second half was obviously the Koa dunk.
Now,
So,
Twisty Throttle says something. That room looks like a communist nightly news. No, it's actually the Colorado media room that they allowed us to come into
Yes.
for a little while.
Did you see that, by the way?
Yeah, no. it's
Deion
great.
Sanders, no players or coaches the whole week.
Yes,
Just one.
exactly. Pure accountability from Deion
not red line accountability.
Whatever,
Right.
baby. This is a basketball podcast.
Yeah, hold on a second. What is this guy doing? Is Dud tweeting at me?
Oh, no.
Buzz off.
Oh,
I'll
no.
deal with him later. Okay. Yeah. All right. So,
Idiot.
gosh, that guy's
Son
insane.
of a mother.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, anyways, all right. Cam Holmes. I don't think I'm going to break any news here, and I don't have any insight, but I fully expect Cam Holmes to commit to the University of Arizona. Skier, what say you?
Yeah, I think so. From what I've heard, UNC's out. The only way he wouldn't go to Arizona at this point is if Dayton, because of Duran, kind of has been more of a factor than anticipated. From what I've heard tonight, that's probably not the case. I would expect him to commit to Arizona. If he wants to go to Dayton, we'll get into that when that happens, but that would be
that
would insinuate he played all the schools in his recruitment.
You know what it is? It's kind of like when people were saying, and I didn't think this was going to happen, but
and we're not saying he's going to Dayton.
We're not saying that, but it's kind of like the same thing with Koa Peat, where if Koa Peat went to ASU, I don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
You got different priorities, man.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with Cam Holmes. If he goes to Dayton or goes to I
think it's really only Dayton. I heard UNC's out.
Right.
And Gonzaga's out because he didn't visit UNC.
Yes.
Or Gonzaga.
Yeah. So
it's literally Arizona versus Arizona versus maybe Dayton.
And Ben One White, you've been admiring Cam Holmes from afar. What are your thoughts?
He's going to be an Arizona Wildcat. That's my thoughts.
Ben loves his length.
Yeah, I loves and the girth.
The
girth,
lengthy
length.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thick,
We're still trying to figure out what Ben did that first night here. He won't tell us.
Ben said he's going to show us tonight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sheer and Ben are planning a late night out on the town.
Yes.
Going back to I'm going to do the podcast with Shelby.
Yes. Okay. That's Cam Williams. Cam Williams I think Cam Williams is probably going to be a while on his commitment, and that's actually a good thing.
That's good. You want that to be, as Ben says, you want that to be longer.
Yes, you want that to be longer. Yeah. I mean, if this is something that extends out,
that's good.
Yeah.
Further the better.
Further the better. Yes, exactly. It becomes a harder decision at some point, and then you're just good at that point. Okay. On that note, though, everybody, you guys are all the best. Oh, we had 21 super snaps.
Holy.
We got to read all
21.
Yeah, 21 super snaps. Let's get rich, baby. Yeah.
We're going to gamble it all the way tonight.
Yeah. John Taylor. I better hear a Sean Connery rock and roll. Welcome to the Rock.
That's
yeah, and the follow-up fart at the very end. Very good. Bridge Tech Communications, my guy Tony. Woa Koa, $49.99. Jay Meisner, the great Meisner. I think it's only one drink in Vegas, but let's drink and go. $50.
Did you tell him? Hold on. Did you tell him what you ate last night for a snack?
No, I didn't.
A $15 bologna.
Oh gosh, I got a bologna and cheese sandwich for $15.
I got an 11, but I forgot to tell Ben this. I got an $11 grande drink at Starbucks today.
We got a $16 milkshake last night.
Yeah, but that was worth it.
But it was good though.
That was worth it. Okay, Jerry Reyes, the great Jerry Reyes, 1999 in Koa we trust. Unreal Rockcat energy here at T-Mobile. All right, Terrence Wilmore, TJ Wilmore,
my guy.
Koa, my guy, our guy, yeah. I claim him. Koa is the real deal. Did you guys see the UCLA 24/7 hating on him during the entire game, including their
on that point? I know I'm interrupting. They were crapping on both teams. Like Florida and Arizona don't look good at all. I'm like, are you watching? The same game that I am?
We'll be seeing you shortly. We'll be seeing you soon enough.
Tommy called him a thorn in our sides, by the way.
Who, UCLA?
He's like, we got a little thorn we need to take care of.
Oh, nice. I like it. Oh, Tommy, that's sexy. Yeah. Okay. Now, OC Bodybuilders. Wildcats own of Vegas. Always a great Arizona crowd in Vegas. Very much appreciated. Oh, Colton Hawthorne. I missed this super snap. I apologize. Koa Peat showing Florida what red line accountability is all about. Yes.
Can you imagine if Tommy said that?
Red line accountability. Yes.
He's so cool.
Okay. Terrence Wilmore says, TJ says, Tobe didn't outplay Krivas tonight, and Krivas is a better rim protector. He blocked some shots and rebounded just as well as a walker. I agree with that. Yep. Tom Smallwood, my guy. We very much agree on a lot of stuff worldwide. Very much appreciate you, Tom. Love you. I love you, boys. Appreciate the content as usual. What a way to start the season. $10. Very much appreciate you, Tom. Let's see here. Stunt Joe. Yeah, he's got a picture of us as his profile, so he's clearly got talent. Yeah. Krivas is slow. No, yes, he's slow. I don't. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to fight back on that one. Dennis Walsh. Imagine if we were a basketball school celebrating the win tonight. Pause tomorrow, baby. Yeah. All right, fine. Give us the paw tomorrow. Well, there's no show tomorrow, so you're gonna have to wait. Okay. Torres repping Arizona all night. 199 from Jay Casas. Joseph, is the show ending early so Mike can go catch BYU? Obviously not, putz. We appreciate the $5 though. Yeah. Sorry. All right. Chris Tonners, good buddy of Rudy Bastillos. Ben One White round. Put this on 10. Ben One White.
Ben One White.
Ben One White. Ben One White. 10-1 White. 10-1 White. Yeah. H Fuchs. Oh, the great H Fuchs. My guy as well. Yeah. Mo's first game of the year and arguably against the best front court in the game and had 6, 8, and 3s blocked. Let's fine. That's all chill. I agree with you, H Fuchs. We love H Fuchs. Okay. Yeah. What else we got here? JJ Solano. This is the best team since 2014.
I taught him. JJ Solano.
JJ Solano.
Yeah, he's one of my students.
Hey, do you want to? Hey, Ben, can you tell the story about the guy?
We've done this already.
Yeah, no, about how bad a teacher.
JJ loves
was?
me, dude. Look, I may not be a good teacher, but the kids loved me.
Well, that doesn't mean anything.
Sure it does. I changed lives. What do you need to know Pythagorean theorem for?
I was told a while ago that Shear was a loved teacher because all he did was sit on his laptop and let the kid do whatever they wanted.
Figure it out. I was too busy
Yes.
building up
I
this website.
just imagine Shears on his message boards the entire time. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. John Taylor, Mo had 3 blocks, Florida had 2 total. BTFD. Yes, John Taylor is the man. Macdeath. I almost said Macbeth. I hope that Shearer keeps picking the other team. Go Cats.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, AZ Wildcat fan. Last year, I was mistaken. I thought that Tobe Awaka and Trey Townsend were the same person. They are not. I don't know why I thought they were the Edgerson twins, but he's a valuable teammate. Tobe does not allow this team to get punked. Very
I like
good.
Tobe. I don't think he played very well today.
No,
but
he
I like him.
Yeah. All right. Stuccio. Aaron Torres is the man, a true Arizona fan. And Hal J, 199 super snap. Very much appreciate you all. All right, everybody. Today was an awesome day. Everybody go out there and brag about being an Arizona fan. Make fun of anybody that is not an Arizona fan.
I tweeted before the game, if Arizona loses, don't overreact. If they win, and I said this to the great Jeremiah Dibble, and he agreed, overreact and tell everyone how good you are.
Yes, that's what we got to do. Everybody on there, very much appreciated. We got up to 450 chats, all the super snaps.
And big thanks to our 2 partners for making this happen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very, very much appreciate it. Yes. Baggins and Longview.
Yep. I'm ready to endorse on JJ.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it right now. Here. No, I'm not.
Yeah. Nice try. Like,
you got one more super snap. Any no show tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Mr. Tyler Warden, 499. Barring injury, this is absolutely a team that can make the Final Four. BTFD, our future head coach at AZ12 Prep. We totally agree with that. You know what's amazing when I go away from it is that I come back and there's like 49 like things that I just missed.
Very cool.
Hold on. Anything? Is it just Joseph complaining about let's see here. This is quality podcast.
You want to shout out your boy Jacoby Brissett real quick?
Yeah, what happened?
He's playing well. They're winning.
Wow.
He's better than Kyler.
Your
so
boy.
I'll leave it at that.
I said he would be the quarterback by the end of the year. Looks like I'm going to be right.
It could get worse for Colorado. With 3 minutes left, they're losing to Montana State.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's going to be good. All right. On that note, though, I want to go get ice cream. My throat's sore from talking all day and bothering people. But you guys are great. Everybody, go to Little Caesars, my friend. Use that $10.99 bundle. Do me a favor. And again, classic pepperoni or cheese pizza, crazy bread, and 2 liter for $10.99. LCFREECC. Free crazy combo with any pizza purchase. Everybody, you guys are great. Angel Antonio Chavez, one of the best, Mr. Tyler Warden, one of the best names out there. We appreciate it. All right. On that note, though, go Eastern Washington. TTFN, we will talk with you on Wednesday. Yeah. All right. Back to the A, baby. Talk to you soon. TTFN.